What's up, guys? It's Lamar Woods, and today we're gonna go over my top 5 book recommendations for anyone who wants to transition into entrepreneurship. If you want to learn how to become an entrepreneur, I recommend reading these 5 books. And I've read all of these books from cover to cover, except for the 4th book, and I'll tell you exactly why coming up. Let's roll. This one right here. Here it is. Here it is. The top book. You see, the list that I'm going through is in order from I don't have any sort of mindset. I'm in a 9-to-5er mindset, or I don't think that business is even possible. I don't think that changing my life is even possible. If you are one of the people who believes that life cannot be changed for you, life is what it is, and you cannot change your circumstances because you were dealt a bad hand in the beginning, where I want you to start is this book right here. These books go from the most mindset oriented books to the most tactical. So it goes from mindset into some theory into tactical. All right? You like that move right there? Anyway, let me sip my coffee on that one. So, this book here, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. I've already put out one video saying that you need to read this book for sure. And if you haven't watched that video, it is specifically how to get past struggles. This book breaks down the victim mindset. If you have the mindset that you are the victim and that the world is out to get you and that it is keeping you from prospering, read this book, understand how your circumstances are created by you and your actions, and you will have the first step towards your independence, your financial independence, your time independence, your mental independence. Get this one. Okay, enough of these games. Let there be no more games. The second book I'm gonna recommend to you is a book called Unscripted. Unscripted by a man named MJ DeMarco. I was getting ready to look it up. This book, Unscripted by MJ DeMarco, is a game changer. I loved reading this book. Oh my goodness, I love reading this book. If I would say that there was one book that I'm just like, oh, this one blew me out of the water and just like destroyed my current mindset and started to rebuild it anew, I would say that it was Unscripted. They don't have it in physical. It's on Audible. I'll have a link to Audible in the description below. He goes over how we have been brainwashed. As a culture, we have been brainwashed, and I spoke on this in some of my videos, but not quite in depth as this. But you can start to see now from this top 5 list where I get my ideas from. These books that I've read have built up my mindset. These books over the course of time, have added bricks to the foundation of knowledge that I used to jump out and become a full-time entrepreneur, which is why books are extremely important, especially in a society or a culture that does not have great role models. I feel like I didn't have that many good role models around me when I was younger, and what I really needed was these books, because the books were the role models. The books were the mentors. All right, next one. All right, this one is a pretty good one also. I mean, they're all good. They're all in my top 5 recommendations, right? Keep watching to the end of the video, because I'm going to let you know which book was most impactful to me and my transition out of the 9-to-5. Oh, this one is a good one here. All right, guys. Book number 3. This book is The Richest Man in Babylon. I actually don't have it on the shelf here today because I let my sister borrow it. Nene, give me my book back. If you're not going to read it, give it back, and give it back now. The Richest Man in Babylon is a great book on how essentially everyone can build wealth. Whether you have a job and you're broke, you don't have a job and you're broke, or some combination of brokenness and jobness, anyone can start to build wealth. And everyone can start to put their finances on a positive trajectory. I believe that's the core of the book, is putting your financial life on a positive trajectory so that you can start to live a more free life over the course of time instead of living a more slavery infested life. A lot of people we are all enslaved to some extent. Unless your time is free and you are financially free, you are to some extent enslaved. And this book goes over some of the thoughts and some of the actions that we do that actually enslave us more and more on the day-to-day. This book is massive. It will show anyone how they can grow wealth. As soon as I read it, which I read it sometime last year, I was in love. I was smitten. I was smitten with the booking, and I'm loving it, okay? I'm going to go back and I'm going to read it a second time as soon as I get my sister to give me the book back. No, it's all right, Nene. If you're going to read it, keep it. All right. I am excited for this book because this book, I don't even want to tell you. I feel like I can't even pull the covers off this thing because the book is that good. Lots of people know it. Lots of people rave about it. It has been a very iconic book for many years in business and in personal effectiveness. That book that I'm speaking on is, whoa, hey, buddy, you can't just be dropping all these gems on them one after another, bro. You got to slow it down in this piece, okay? You gave them one book, that's a good. You gave them two books, that's a good. They read many pages. But now, you're going a bit too far. Now, you're going to have to slow it down a bit. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to slow it down and give you a little quick breather from all the book and the page action. Give you a break from the leaves, okay? And what we're going to slow it down with is an intro to Woods&Tech. Let's go. As you can see, Woods&Tech has had a full-scale rebranding here, complete with an all-new website and all new projects. All right, head on over to woods&tech.com and check out the work that we are doing for some of our amazing clients. And if you yourself would like an app or a website built today, head on over to the book a call section and we can talk about exactly what that would cost you. Now let's hear from one of our happy customers.
Hey, it's Dr. Q here. I just want to give a shout out to Woods&Tech. Man, Woods&Tech did the Q Brush app and they hooked me up. Man, I want to give a shout out to my man Lamar Woods at Woods&Tech. That the experience was great. Everything about it, the service, he was on time with everything. The expectations, he went above and beyond what I expected. I got back from him way more than what I expected to get back. The price was fair. Everything about the experience was good. I would definitely use Woods&Tech again and recommend Woods&Tech to do an app. If you're in need of an app, hit Woods&Tech up. Mr. Lamar Woods, it's the man.
All right. You can now resume with your regularly scheduled programming. Enjoy. That book that I'm speaking on is Outliers, The Story of Success by Malcolm Gladwell. In the book Outliers, Malcolm Gladwell goes over the science that is success. Because success is not as simple as we were told it was when we were younger. We were told if you worked hard and you did what you were supposed to do, did your homework, went to school, got the degree, got the job, went into corporate, that you would have a good life. You would be successful. It was 2018. I'm reading this book and I'm learning how to become successful for the first time. And I start to think, wow, it's actually possible. I just need to learn how to do it, and I need to put in my 10,000 hours. If you've ever heard of the 10,000 hour rule, boom, Outliers, story of success, bucket, swish, bam. All right. Boom. I think that'll be my favorite part of this channel. Boom. Okay. This last book I'm going to talk about is really, really, really powerful. The One Thing is something that you should definitely read. Everyone should read The One Thing. It's a book that, if you were to just boil it down to the most basic, is about how you should choose one thing to do and funnel all of your time into that. And if you funnel your time into that one thing, there will be a domino effect that brings everything into your life that you need. Essentially, don't worry about making sure everything that you're doing is done perfectly. Do the one thing. Do the one thing. Do it right and do it powerfully, and let the momentum build. Let the dominoes fall in your favor, because as a domino falls, every single domino, if you've ever seen like a set of dominoes that are in tons of kids videos, you know, the dominoes just sort of fall over one after another. Every domino has the power to topple a larger domino. And if you were to use that domino effect within your life, you would make it to success so much faster than if you're trying to do a million things at once. To get to that breakout point, you need to be focusing on one thing and allowing that thing to bring you the resources to balance everything in your life. The idea of balance is ridiculous, as this book says. Grab this one. All right, guys, that was my top 5 book recommendations. I want to know, what book would you say has impacted your life the most? I want to know. Put that down in the comments so that everyone else can be impacted by the book. We can learn and trade and get new books from each other. Let's grow together. Catch you later. Unscripted by a man named Mark J. DeMarco. LL Cool J.